Aha, akun ke, yek ushkanach utu da adiayegi. My relatives, my friends. It is very good today that we are gathering here today as through Zoom. Trilkane yau kagachtasaki achtwasigu chiegu genki in chachtatani. Yewe ha iu dultiu chauk just as de geich wat sa achtjen. Achaya shugunachawe in chachtatani chuchchenach. A long time ago when we were when we were even in English as we were kids, the first thing we did when we were learning English, we would just listen and to our parents. And this is the way I kind of want to start some of the classes. Is that just to hear some Tlingit, so we get our minds in the mode of listening to Tlingit, so we understand that we start to make connections in our brains that we're breaking away from using English as much. So achain akwadatan ego gang chuchkenach chusachtwasigo kheti sa akhi achayad Lingit in akwadatan chuasasi tuasigo just akhan khatiwuds chawasa kushtayach yewach tawasigu atachweka chisakut. I would just like to speak to you in our own language. One thing I want people to know and remember is that this is our language. My dad always says, just because I speak English doesn't make me English. This is ours. It's our given right. It's our birthright to speak our own language. And so that's why even if whatever questions you may have, it's okay to ask. That's how we'll learn. If you need me to do anything, have a question on a subject, let me know. It doesn't matter if it's just one sentence, something small. If I can help, I'll try and help. So yewach tawasiku yisakut. That's what I would like you all to know. We've last the other day public speeches dayeju to ne ziyak itliatka chesu dayeju gachtune on you next week ayakwaskit Ethel the services to GS akwekwatin so achaya dayituchtatan chayegu Achlil kohas achierke zuach tachchan kesani has du iqatuchtatan ade has du tuunigu achaya chego genki wakshike kwasane. These past few days since Ethel has passed on, I've been really thinking of my grandchildren, our children, my grandparents, clan, really been thinking of them. And the other day, on Wednesday, we started it for a little bit. And this is why I want to showcase a little bit more. I remember I said I couldn't find Austin Hammond's speech. And the one he did in response to some of the Klansmen there. I ended up finding it, so I wanted to show that this afternoon before we get started on some other things. So I'll go ahead and share that now. And again, this is Celebration 82. This is the Huna Dancers celebration, the first performance, and it's the 1 hour and 10 minute mark, just about, give or take a few seconds. And that Austin Hammond is going after George Davis now. After that, my grandfather, who named me Andrew Johnny, is going to respond to both of their speeches, and then Walter Sobloff does a pretty good job of, a very good job of explaining what happened. So I'll go ahead and play it through that.
Ladies and gentlemen, according to our oral tradition, and indeed the tradition of the Lingit Class, When speeches are made and any drama is performed, there must always be a response. And it so happens that this is a rather sad drama of the culture of a particular clan and tribe. And so the opposite tribe and clan arose to offer words of comfort. They used names, prominent names of the opposite tribe and clan and their emblems, even the hats and even names of the houses that would be used as symbols of comfort to the people. And these two gentlemen, their cousins, they referred to each other as brother, responded to the drama that was performed, that they would offer words of comfort and good cheer. And now the spirit has changed. They have wiped away the tears of those who are performing, and now there will be happiness. Last fall,
Okay. Any questions kind of about what he was saying, or so from my understanding, Austin, what he was doing was he was addressing, again, the hurt, the feelings of the Chukanadi. So the Chukanadi clan was singing their cry songs. I think they sang four of them, or two, I can't remember. But they sang them and they were expressing their feelings. And so the opposite clan, just as Walter Soboloff had explained, he came up and he gave an explanation as well. And what Austin did was he used uh, not a story from my father from their clan to convey the feelings that he feels the same pain as well, that somebody had left themselves behind, so for the betterment of the clan. And he said that about Kakatini. He said that this place, when they were coming back from the interior, Kakatini, his feet had got infected and he let it go too long. And he could tell that it was in his bloodstream, or he was sick and he wasn't going to make it. And so he told it, he was telling the story that I was relating it to as this the same way Costine felt. She wasn't going to make it. She wanted to stay. And so that's how he conveyed his feelings of understanding the pain the clan was feeling, that our, their clan brother or clan uncle or their great uncle um, did something so that the betterment of the clan can move. And when he did that, before he did that, he taught his nephews a cry song. And my father's clan still uses that today, and that goes with the story. When they were coming back from the interior, Kakashteni sang that song for them and gave it for them to use. And so that's that story. He was using that as a reference or a parable to compare to his feelings of the same feelings that they were having. And then my grandfather Andrew Johnny, he was addressing the clan that they had, the ones that had talked to them. He said, "Thank you for your words. Your words have given us strength, and we were feeling heavy feelings, but now because of your words have lifted us up again, and we're able to move on. We're able to keep moving forward now." And he thanked them for that. So, there's always a sequence of things, and it's very important that the speakers, when they speak, they address, try try to address as much as they can everyone that has spoken, and think on our people when they would do this with no paper or pencils. Nowadays we need notebooks when we're making speeches. Our people would do this from memory. How strong our people's minds were to be able to do that. And these would take hours. Sometimes they would take days to do. And just like when I shared the first one of Jessie Dalton, she said, maybe I'm going to be very ambitious and speak for 2 3 hours, and just like they would long time ago. So for somebody to say that, uh, and then to have to think about it again later, think about all those things that that speaker had said and respond to it. That's an amazing thing that our people did. And then sometimes on sleep deprivation, we've all been to parties where we're up for long periods of time, and when we're tired, we forget things, we forget a lot. But our people did this all with um, very well sharp minds, and I believe that's something that's very important and something that our people did very well. My uncle Johnny said that the people would sing songs just to keep themselves awake. Uh, it wasn't Johnny. It might have been David Kadishan in one of the recordings at Mark's Trail. But he said that they would sing songs to keep themselves awake. So, any questions about the speech or speeches? Anyone have any questions at all? Okay. So we were going over weather a couple of weeks ago, and so I wanted to kind of go back and touch on that. And we'll do. I'm gonna use beginning Lingit, the book my auntie Nora wrote and my uncle Richard wrote, and we'll start with a few repetition drills. And in the book, it says there's a few. Yes, Michelle was said at Celebration 1982, not at a Kluik, but something to keep in mind is that our people, when they were the first celebration, um, they were running, they were doing the running celebration as if it was a Kluik, and that's what was going on. They were, it was how each village or so would address things. If you listen to some of their speeches, Walter will translate for most of them. But if you listen to their speeches, they were expressing how heavy their feelings, or how heavy-hearted they were, thinking about all the things of our culture, thinking about all the people that taught them, and it made them sad to see how things were going already. And this was back in the 80s. And so, like Walter said, anytime there was a drama performed or somebody's expressed heavy feelings, it has to be addressed. And that's what Walter just was explaining in that. And that's what our people were doing. They were talking about when, a few of them were talking about when they're invited, they would start listening to the tapes of all our ancestors. They had tapes already then too of their probably their grandparents, their uncles, their older brothers, or people that have all gone on. They were listening to them and it made them heavy hearted. They got heavy feelings from it because they're all gone now. Just kind of like now we listen to them and we get sad, heavy feelings about it. But what they were doing was they were addressing the hurt, they were addressing the feelings, and then just like you said, now that they had addressed it and felt better, we were happy. The change of tempo, we could sing happy songs, and then we'd go. You look at some of the other, some of the people, clans, or villages in the celebration '82 that start singing happy songs, and it was the way each village thought a kuik should be done that still practiced or that still did a kuik, and so that's what was going on. So again, from here, I'm gonna do a little bit of stuff from beginning Lingit, and this is lesson 3 on weather. Kote. If you remember when we were talking about it, the the noun, I guess you would say, for the word weather in Tlingit is kote. And we can practice saying that. Kote, kote, kote. Okay. And so some of these, it's some of the stuff in here is different than I would say it. And, I kind of leaned, like I said, I leaned towards speaking the way I was, the cake people brought things out in me, but it's all almost similar. They all mean the same thing. It's just like saying you all and y'all, same thing. It's just shorter way or slang to it. But for the first one, we'll practice. It's a repetition drill. Is the weather is good. Kuyake, kuyake, kuyake. Kuyake. Okay. And so you remember I said that the ku in there is referring to the weather. So that's saying the atmosphere outside. It's just saying the weather is good. Another way to say it is kuwake, kuwake, kuwake. The difference is a W and a Y sound. So there's wake and yake. Up here they would say kuwake. I would say kuyake. Both mean same thing. And the next part is a question and answer drill. I'll ask and then you can reply with kuyake. I'm asking how the weather is. Wasa kuyati? And respond. Juan Klein, I don't know if you want to practice it so we can show them. Or Emily. Rose, Itkoha, it's your turn. Juan Klein.
Kuyake.
Kuyake.
The weather is fine. Kuyake. Northern dialect, eh?
So that's when you would say the way they would say it is what it translates to. So I'll ask and then you answer, question and answer drill. Wasakoyati.
Wasakoyati.
And then you go ahead and answer.
Kuyake. Kwalya. Sidaku sitan kunahwe kachkanakte.
It's really snowing, raining.
Raining.
Wasakoyati. Keep practicing.
Kuyake.
Okay. Wasakoyati.
Okay. Kuyake. You're on drill. You're on lesson 3. I'm going to look in there at that lesson. And you're on what page?
101.
101. Okay. 109. Okay. 105. Hold on. Okay. 101 is Wasakuwati. Kuwak.
Wasikoyati.
Kuyak.
Yeah. And so here's some new, we kind of went over it a little bit. Some new vocabulary, pushly goods.
Goods.
And everybody can practice saying it as well online. You don't have to unmute, just practice to yourself. Pushly goods. It's cloudy. It's cloudy. Pushly goods. Pushly goods. Pushly goods. Good. Okay. Next one. It's sunny. We all wish it was sunny. Audigan. 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 Okay, now here for it's warm. Kuyata. 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 In the book it says kuwata. Just again, it's another way of saying it. I'm just used to saying it a different way. And the next one, it's cold. The other night it was cold. Kusiyat. 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 So this, for the next part though, we need pictures and I don't have pictures. I still haven't been able to, I'm using a Chromebook and it's not the same as I'm used to, so I'm having a hard time with it. So once it's really cloudy or if it's really sunny, really warm or it's really cold, you can say kunach. Kunach. Let's say here's an example. Kunach kuchli goods. It's really cloudy. Or it's really sun shining out. Kunach au digan. Kunach au digan. Listening to my gram grew up in Cake. She said it different. And, like if it was really snowing or really raining, she would say "Siudak wasitan kedain." And you can use kedain as well. I remember her saying that. And remember again, how you use your voice or the inflection on the words can tell the listener how rainy or how sunny it is or whatever you're trying to convey, whatever information you're trying to convey can be imparted on using your voice or your tone. Like I said earlier, if it's really raining, siu dakwasi tan ketain, you hear the in my voice, it's really raining. It's really raining hard. Or if it's sunny or it's really warm out, Koyatagetain. You hear that. You really put that feeling in it when you're saying it. Another way of saying it's really hot out and it's kind of a longer word. Koyausitagan. When it's a real scorcher of a day. Sometimes, like I've been in Haines. Haines seems to always have its own weather, almost like a different country up there. Haines and Klukwan. It could be sunshine in here, 80, 90 degrees in the summer when it gets really hot in the summer. But you go up to Haines and Klukwan and it's 100 degrees in the sun. It's hot. It's a scorcher, or it's a really scorcher when the weather's hot like that. It's really, really hot out, or it's a scorcher. The best way I can describe that word. So here's how you would say that last one. Kitain. It's a pinched K. Kitain. 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 Let's see. I remember hearing. So if it's the other a few weeks ago, a couple months ago when it was really snowing, Tleitak was itan ketain, it was really snowing Katlan, so it was deep as well, or referring to the snow. Katlan. Katlan means it something deep. It can mean the snow, or it can mean the river. Anything that's in the deep part of the pool. You could say Katlan. It's deep. Any questions about some of these words? So if there's no questions, on Fridays, I got other classes to teach too. I have to leave early. But next Friday, there won't be any classes because I will be in Sitka for Ethel services. So we'll be heading down there Thursday, and we'll be down there, for the family. And so next Friday, there won't be any class, as the Russian Orthodox service will be at 11 a.m. and I'm not sure when that'll end, and then probably graveside. So just a heads up, next Friday, March 4th, there will be no class, but there will be class Monday, Wednesday. Any questions? Comments?
Gunalchish ach coatla tu gunalchish way I lingit yuchtangi.
Gunalchish.
Ah.
Gunalchish hati. They thank you all for the ones that continually come. Gunalchish. No other questions? Comments? Go to the order. Rose. Next class. It's going to be your turn. All right, everyone. I have to get going. I have to head to my next class. Kunilchish. Tse Kwasitin. Yewa.